Welcome to What's Canada Eating with Sia, eh? I'm your host, Sia, and I'm taking you on a journey across Canada, one dish at a time. From hidden gems to cultural classics, we're serving up the stories behind the food and the people who make it unforgettable. Hey y'all, thanks for joining us today. On today's episode, we have a special guest, okay? We are bringing Ghana to New Westminster. We are at Dehls Gourmet with Delali.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And also, we have our other host, my sister, Asha from Cooler Foods.
It's so good to be here.
Thank you. Okay, so first of all, this is exciting. The fact that we have a Ghanaian restaurant right here in New Westminster. I feel like this is the only Ghanaian restaurant in the Lower Mainland. Correct me if I'm wrong.
In New Westminster, yes.
In New Westminster.
Yes.
The only Ghanaian restaurant in New Westminster. So, Delali, what are you cooking for us today?
Well, we're making a special dish, which has actually, over time, with social media trends, become so popular and in high demand. So we're making egusi and pounded yam today.
Wow.
Yep. As traditional and as classic as it gets.
That's incredible. So tell us a little more about Dehls Gourmet and your offerings. So are you specifically offering Ghanaian food? And what can folks expect when they come to you?
Right, so not just Ghanaian food, but we cut across West Africa. That would be our specialty. So Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, some people from Gambia, Senegal, they can all relate to our flavors.
And Sierra Leone.
And Sierra Leone, yes.
Can't
Sierra Leone. We cannot forget them.
Yes.
You can relate to our food. The fufus, the pounded yam and whatnot, right?
Yes.
The palm oils, the flavors are just as similar and across all regions and countries. The West, yeah.
The West.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wonderful. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today.
So with egusi, you can just make it as you please, but the basics and the foundation is the same. All that you need, the necessary ingredients, you just have to have. So you can't really make egusi without the melon seeds, of course. So this is the star of the show. Melon seeds, as some people call it, but also some others also call it pumpkin seeds. But it's a seed from a gourd plant, which is ground down into this coarse texture. What we're going to do is we'll mix it up with water, and then we add it to our stew base.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So from there, we'll just be building flavors and flavors and flavors.
Amazing.
Yeah, when we're ready, we'll just get down into.
I say,
Yeah.
You're ready?
Let's do it.
Let's
Nice.
cook.
This looks
Yes.
so delicious. I really wish you guys could just smell all of the seasonings and the flavors that we have
Yes.
right here.
Definitely.
Yeah, so
Very aromatic.
to start with our egusi, we will need ingredients like palm oil. If you do not need palm oil, you can absolutely use olive oil, coconut oil, make your own variations of it. But traditionally, it would be palm oil. We're going to need some aromatics, ginger, garlic, and onions. So this is crushed for me, and here we'll saute these two. As we build on flavors, there's a special ingredient called iru in Nigeria, as they would call it in Ghana. We call it dawa dawa, and the English name for it would be locust beans. So locust beans is what it's called. This is ground in this format right now, but it looks like a bean, which is fermented. Has a very stinking flavor to it. You can smell it.
Ooh, very strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
When you're done, wash your hands very well with soap.
Now, Asha, do you have something like this in Kenya, East Africa?
It kind of reminds me of black cardamom. So there's smokiness to it.
Yeah.
But then there's also a bit of like a sea flavor. So
Yeah.
I like as if I was to use something like this,
Yes.
would be just to like have more of that fish, fish umami flavor.
Yes.
But the smokiness of the
definitely umami right there. And for Asha as a vegan, that's completely like the go-getter for umami flavors right there.
What's the name of this again?
So locust beans.
Locust beans.
So it's a bean that is harvested, then it's fermented.
Wow.
So it gives you this really strong and pungent flavor. But this is our flavorings when we start our stew base.
Stew base. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it.
Yeah. And then on this end, if you want to amplify the flavor, you're adding crayfish. So crayfish is giving you that same taste profile of umami-ness and seafoody whatnot. So again, West Africans, we are too extra. We could have left it there, but we went extra with the crayfish because we need that punch of flavors, right? Yes. Modern, traditionally, I don't think we ever have rosemary in Africa as cooking ingredients. So I'd say on the modern side now, we would end up aromatizing with rosemary or thyme if you so may, but you don't need it. Yeah, and then of course you need some heat, habaneros, because why not? Where's the heat
The
when
spice.
it's not a spice? When it's not,
I feel like West African food, if you're not crying,
it's not
it's
food.
not food.
It's not food. Yeah.
Where Kenya is the...
We balance. We like to balance the heat with the sweetness of the
West
other spices.
balances the
Yes.
east.
So today we'll probably use 1 pepper instead of 3.
We
Who
will
knows?
not use all. We will not use all of it.
Wonderful.
But the trick with habaneros is that if you want absolutely high spice level, then you blend it. If
Right.
you don't need it, just drop it into the stew and let it give you the flavors and a bit of spice. Yeah, so don't crush it. Yeah. What next are we going with? So here would be our tomato. I blended this ahead, but then you're gonna use some tomatoes and some bell peppers. I roasted my bell peppers with some tomatoes, so it gives you more flavor right here. So this would be our saute for our stew base, and once we're done, we have a good stew in here which has simmered very nicely. We will mix our in Ghana we call it agushi, and then in Nigeria they call it egusi. And yet we end up fighting so much. It's the same thing.
Who started?
Yeah, who started it?
I'm sure it's Ghana.
Okay, Naisha, you hear that, right?
I'm sure Ghana did it. We did it first. They're always finding a way to copycat us, but hey. It's the cousins. The cousins.
I
know,
am
we
just
got
here
some
for
like-
East Africa. Minding my own business. It's nothing to do with us.
And the Senegalese are like non-existent. And the Sierra Leoneans, but they're on the quieter side. So
Yeah.
To Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone.
Yeah,
and
because
the
we're very
Senegalese.
small in Senegalese. We let you know, Nigeria and Ghana. We just let you guys take it. Oh, go and fight each other.
We love each other. That's what
Yes,
it is.
that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Siblings.
Yes. Anyway, so after we made our stew, what we're going to do is add on some proteins. So here you have your goat meat already stewed and simmered. Then you add that in with the broth, right? Or you can also add in some substitutes, which would be oyster mushrooms, which is really nice as well in it. So egusi allows you to build on flavor. And that's the beauty of it. By the time you have your first bite, you're like, oh my goodness, I cannot even define which flavors I'm tasting, but it's just this beautiful dish. Yeah.
Amazing.
And we finish it off with some spinach, which is the last thing to go in, because you don't want it to wilt, just keep it as fresh as possible.
With that.
Yeah.
And I just want to connect it back. I know with Asha, you being vegan, this is a meal that sounds like it can be versatile.
It really does.
Yeah.
It
Right.
sounds like, instead of meat, instead of goat, you can have oyster mushrooms. You can have other plant-based proteins in
Exactly.
there. And then the seasoning, I'm really excited about the bean because
Yeah.
I can see the crayfish is not needed.
Exactly.
If you have that, maybe up that a little
Yes.
more.
Yeah.
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 I love
And
it.
the crayfish and the iru, the locust beans, are so pungent that you just need to be very conservative with it.
Okay.
So a pinch here and there. But then so that's why if you use too much of this and too much of this, it's just going to be too pungent.
Right.
Your neighbors are going to complain.
Yeah.
Just don't overdo it. Very little bit of it. So that helps with a vegan dish right there.
Excellent.
And for pounded yam, very easy. It's just, right now we have yam flour, and then we're gonna steam cook it, knead it down into a fufu, a dumpling with some water, and that's all that you need for the pounded yam. Traditionally, you would peel your yam, you would steam cook it, and then you put it into a mortar and pestle and pound the life out of it.
That's the one thing I want to say is that I feel like all of Africa, all 54 countries, the food is not like, no. It's done. It's us that have moved here that have been able to now do it quickly because we don't have the time. It takes hours just to make one meal. Women are constantly in the kitchen cooking. So I'm so happy you brought that up there, and I feel like that can go.
No, it's the same with ugali. You know, you usually go from corn to milling with the pestle or the mortar, but now we have flour.
Exactly.
Yeah, or cornmeal. So yeah, no, absolutely.
Cuts down the
It's
time.
all very modernized now, so you don't necessarily need to do all the extreme labor, especially if you're in a restaurant cooking for hundreds of people. You really need things expedited.
Right? Or if you're moms and you're just on the go and you want to make something quick, we just want to let you know that these are meals that you can get done quickly, and the great thing is you can freeze them over, right?
That's
so that your meal prep can come out expeditedly.
Let's make egusi and pounded yam. So first off, we're gonna add to our pan that's been warming up some palm oil. Not too much.
And you just measure with your eyes?
I did.
How much, right?
Wherever the ancestors said stop, I stopped.
And it may not be all done. So
Exactly.
It could be later.
Yes.
Good.
I think that's something we need to let people know as well too. Is we follow. Well, actually, you say something in the kitchen. My ancestors would tell me.
Yeah.
When to
That's
stop.
exactly
My
it.
ancestors. So I'm sorry if you
It's
have
your
to
instinct.
use measure. It's your instincts that we use.
I would do half a cup of palm oil if I was cooking for, say, a family of 2 or 3. Yep. So half a cup of palm oil, if that helps.
Talk to us about palm oil. So this is not something that everyone knows about unless you've made West African cuisine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Palm oil from the palm trees is palm nuts. It's actually a very cash crop product that plant that grows in West Africa. I'm not sure about Sierra Leone, but Ghana has a lot of palm trees. And then from its nuts, we process it down to get the oil from. We use it as the fat in cooking almost every stew or soup. So you would have, let's say, egusi in this case. There's okra soup as well. You can use palm oil for, or even just an egg stew that you're having with anything. I think just before we got introduced to canola oil and more imported oils from outside of the continent, it was palm oil we were eating. Yeah, it's high in cholesterol, of course, but then I'd say in minimals. But the continent and the region alone allows you to burn that off quickly. We walk it off, we work it off, so it hasn't really been, except if you're eating in excess, right? Excessive amounts. Yeah, onions are sauteed nicely.
And I think just we should clarify the fact that I know certain other countries palm oil is like it's creating such a big environmental impact. I just want to let people know from what I know in the continent, it's not that type of case where it's being taken down at masses. It's something because it's something we've had for generations. That it is something that we it's not popular.
Right.
From at least palm oil from our continent.
Yeah.
It's not as popular as like palm oil from other countries that they use in makeup and all these other things.
Right.
And soap.
Yeah,
and
there's a big
whatnot.
difference, I think. It's a big difference in terms of sourcing, and I think in the West, we sometimes love to kind of put a label of this is bad, and so palm oil is getting its moment right now. But I think if people kind of peel it back, it's overusage is the issue in terms of which country it's coming from, and also how it's made. So I think there's a lot of education in terms of what palm oil actually represents, and it's usage, actually its benefits as well that could be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells so good.
Yeah.
So good. So what do we do next?
You really need your onions to saute and be
Okay,
more
so frying
frying
them.
nicely. And then next would be our aromatics, as we said, the onion, ginger, and garlic paste in here.
The classic.
The classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, this is when you know food is gonna be good. If it
Hey.
doesn't smell good in the first 5 minutes,
Just stop.
leave.
Stop
If you
right
walk into
there.
someone's home and it starts to smell funny in the first 5 minutes, you are not gonna eat well.
Rain check.
Yeah, so, I'll be back.
I've got an emergency.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to add your iru to it. Again,
Yeah.
aromatics, right? If you're going for the crayfish, this is where you have a good splash of it as well. And again, in very moderate amounts. We'll throw in our habaneros because we definitely need the flavors from the habanero punch here. Yeah.
And remember, once again, that was a pinch to have that seasoning in there.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need much. Very
You
nice.
do not.
Delali, can you tell us the importance of being able to have cultural food in a country that's, it's not
Home.
home?
Right. I'd say, everyone's coming from different backgrounds, and so just to have a bit of home close to you helps with that loneliness, depression, and nostalgic feelings that at the end of the day, it's mental health.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What can help me get closer to home or closer to the people that I love or people that I know? And these are our roots and our culture that you cannot even hide away from.
Yeah.
So the next closest thing is food. So having it accessible, easily, just available to you helps a lot. Makes you settle into a country as opposed to, I want to get out of here, I want to get out of here.
That's right.
So the basics or the foundations of our human life, which is what? Water, health, food, shelter. If that's taken care of, and especially it's food that I can relate to, then that solves my basics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what's next?
Next is going to be our tomato and our pepper blend right here. I'm just adding in some chopped tomatoes to this. You don't need too much tomatoes anyways for this stew. So vegetables in here, you can tell it's a very nutritious
And this
meal
is peppers?
right there. Yeah,
These are
so
peppers?
roasted shepherd peppers
Okay.
or bell peppers, you can use that as well.
So you blended you roasted the red bell peppers.
Yes.
Then you blended it
Yes.
with tomatoes,
It's with some onions.
with some onions,
Yeah, so
blended
roasted
that,
onions.
and this is the texture that people should be going for
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
are
Nice
when
puree. Very good.
Yeah.
That's what is the correct terminology for this, Asha?
No, it's a puree. Puree. Roasted red peppers,
At
bell
the big
peppers.
English show me, I just say blend, put it together.
But you see the textures with the chunks of tomatoes and the puree, so that's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And then after that, we are going to.
Let this simmer for a little bit, and so your stew is really good when you
yeah.
just let it be, right?
Yes,
Let
the
it
oil's
simmer.
floating.
Oil's floating. Stew is clumping up. It's not too runny. You know your stew is done.
Okay.
So after that clump, you can then add on your broth because you're adding more liquids to it. So egusi needs to be a bit of not a soupy texture, not a stewy texture. It's just right in between it. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for that, can you tell me what are your hopes and dreams for West African food or African food as a whole for the future and outside of the continent?
Well, I think it's taking a good path at this time already with social media, with the increased awareness of social media. Every single person is like, I want to try fufu, I want to try fufu. I'm looking for a restaurant that sells fufu. So we've actually been going viral and trending for this reason, which is a good thing. And that makes me happy to know that everyone wants to try our food. Everyone wants to have a taste of what African food is all about. So for me, it's very important to just know that our food is taking center stage in the global views and eyes of people. You don't need to travel all the way to the continent, to Africa, to experience the food. But then we have people here who can, like Asha, who can just like put themselves out there, you know, and just share the passion for, here's my food, I want you to have a bit of my culture and myself. Yeah.
Yeah, and to have space to go to, right? I think having a place like Dehls Gourmet to kind of showcase a variation is one of the more authentic ways to experience it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It smells so good right now.
So good. So now what?
Salt and pepper.
So this is the layering of flavor. I love
Some
it.
pepper to taste.
Yeah.
As you may, give it a good stir, and the star of the show is coming in right about now.
Yeah.
The egusi and melon seed, pumpkin seed, whatever people call it to be, but I call it melon seed.
Okay, now this is a test for the East African here.
Listen, I'm
Can
learning
you tell me
something
the
new.
benefits
Well,
of egusi?
As a
What are you
vegan,
paying
I'm really
attention?
excited. I heard seeds.
Yes.
As soon as you hear seeds, as plant-based folks, we mean, okay, so some health benefit. So learning so far proteins. So it's got rich in proteins, which when I look at the texture of this right now, I'm like, I would probably even go beyond stew and make porridge with it, or try to make something around breakfast item. Magnesium, zinc. It's got unsaturated fats. And what's interesting, actually, thinking of balance, so we said the oil that we're using, palm oil, may have a little bit of cholesterol. This actually balances cholesterol, so the seeds will...
The ancestors knew what
listen,
they were
they
doing.
knew. You
They
gotta
knew
listen.
it. They knew
Listen,
what
I
they
gotta
were
get
doing.
I had to test a little
You have
bit.
to balance.
The ancestors knew what they were
Balance.
doing
This
when
is
they
a
created
balancer.
this
So
dish.
this is a cholesterol balance.
Yeah.
This is a big part of cooking with oils. So if you have an oil-rich food, the melon seeds will be one to consider. So it's another good reason to eat this meal.
So how do we...
You're going to be surprised after I mix it up with water or broth, if you may, and then put it into the stew. Texture completely changes.
Do I give you this butter?
So
this is a master
watch
class in how texture works.
So
Watch-
that's a magic happening
Watch the
right
magic.
here. Okay, tell me slowly.
Go ahead.
Ooh. Tell me when to stop.
Ancestors say stop.
Ancestors say
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
So it's going to give you,
There
so
it
as
is.
Asha was talking, I was just listening. So egg stew.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So the vegan eggs that you think about,
Yeah.
Asha, here's a new product for you.
Listen, no, just for my home.
No. That's a new product for
amazing.
Kula. A new product for Kula. How about we make some West African inspired egg
That's right.
products?
Listen.
Yeah.
See,
So-
you can't get Africans together without a business plan.
No.
It's already happening right here.
Ah,
So drop it in there.
I can imagine a nice breakfast dish right here.
Who's thinking shashuka?
Shashuka? We call this, what are we going to call it? Agusha. Agusha. This is incredible.
Yeah, so
Wow.
if you have chicken broth, goat broth, whatnot, just add it in here.
Yeah,
Or
veg
say a veg
broth.
broth
Yeah.
of very
Amazing.
full of vegetables and mushrooms and whatnot. So just add that in. So we need that.
That
Now,
looks delicious.
It looks very tempting, right?
Look
Do
at all
not
the flavors.
don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Just
Don't
let it do
stir
its
it.
thing.
Don't let it do it. Just let it do its thing, because you're going to replicate those egg textures in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you can touch it, because the whole idea right now is you're frying the melon seeds, right? So give it a nice stir here and there,
Yeah, don't play too much.
but don't
directly
play
with
too
it.
much with it. Just leave it.
Oh my goodness.
Delali, when did you fall in love with cooking? Like, who inspired you?
Oh, cooking has always been my outlet, but inspiration has been from my mom and my grandma. So mom loves hosting people after church, and I was always like, oh, here we go, dishes again, dishes again, dishes again. When I was little, that was always me. I was just like, here we go.
Yeah,
Sunday,
again.
you're so tired after church, you're hungry, and then but she's pouring out her love, making a nice bowl of salad, just so you can have something to keep you going when she starts the actual cooking. So that's where my path of food started from. Then I spent quite a bit of holidays with my grandma, which was like baking. The hard part was wash all the pans
Yes.
after baking. And then she tell you, pull a seat and sit over here, write down the recipe.
You're
I'm like,
learning.
oh, I gotta go to bed.
Bless her though for recipe.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
some of us didn't get recipes.
Yes.
This is good.
Yeah, we have that there.
Yeah.
So
Look at
what?
this transformation.
I
Okay,
know, I was
so
gonna say, what is the final? Are you able to show us what the final product
So
looks
here
like?
we are almost there.
it's gone a little more
It's
solid.
gone a little bit more solid, right?
Wow.
Look at that.
It does really have that. It looks like an egg.
Yes. As though you poured in some egg.
Wow. And it's binding. So the other thing is that protein
Binding.
activating
Yeah.
and binding in
Binding
together.
right there.
Wow.
At this point,
Yeah.
this is really good because you're seeing all your, what is it called, textures form nicely. You're smelling all
Yes.
the aromas. This is perfect.
Oh, oh my goodness, really good.
And
We're
then
eating good today.
Yes, we are. So finally, don't put your spinach in too early again because spinach is very delicate.
Okay.
So
So
some
for those
chopped
of us whose
spinach.
ancestors might be taking a break from us, when do we put this in?
Just before you turn it off.
Okay, just before you turn it off.
Yeah, so let the steam from the stew just do the final cooking because you want the fresh and whole nutrients from the spinach in there. You can have spinach raw anyways, but we're just putting it
Yeah.
all together. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will give this a good stir and you will see our egusi is ready. If it feels a little bit too thick, look at that.
That is
That
beautiful.
looks-
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I wish you all could smell this and see. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
I can't wait
the
for
colors.
Yeah.
The transformation of colors and texture is incredible.
Some
beautiful.
bright greens
Yeah.
in there.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, this is all done. We're going to turn this off right here.
Okay.
And now we go to the
Pounded
the
yam.
harder parts.
This is where the workout,
As
the
a fun
arm workout.
Fun fact, I was just gonna say, did you know that if you ever wonder why us Africans have strong arms, especially the women,
Bullet.
pounded, yeah, well, pounding. That's
And
it.
you will learn.
I mean,
You'll see.
you will learn. Okay. Okay, let's get started.
Oh, that's so funny. So, ratio for yam would be, so we're not going the classic, the traditional way. So traditional way, you would have steam cooked your yam just like you would potatoes, right?
Okay.
So pretend this is mashed potatoes for those in the West.
Okay. Mashed
Pota-
potato, pretend.
Yeah, pretend. So that part has been done. Then you just mash it.
Okay.
But this is a different product, a different texture, a different ingredients we're working with. Now, with yam flour, it's the ratio for water is going to be like 1 part of flour to 3 parts of water because it swells. It swells up. So you will keep adding water and water. You have the stiff dough, but I'd say 1 to 3 is a good ratio for
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Wooden spoon.
yes, a
we
wooden
go.
spoon
Critical part
and
of
some
African
water
food.
on a stove top. We will do this 1 to 3. Let's show people what 1 to 3.
You generally would want the water to be boiling, or is it going to be?
You
cold?
can have the water just warm
Okay.
on stove top. When it's boiling and you're adding the flour and you don't have the skill of stirring really
Yes.
fast, you're gonna have lumps, and that's harder work.
That's right.
So I would say for beginners, just go in with the flour
Okay.
and then let it keep stirring, like mix it all good to a slurry. It would look like porridge, but do not worry, don't feel tempted to add in any more flour or water. Just leave it to steam cook. And then it will transform into this thick paste.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really like you can see the texture changing. Right now, for me, it looks like porridge.
Yeah.
And so you said, do
It
not
will
get
harden.
tempted
Yes.
in adding more of the yam,
Flour,
the flour.
or the water.
That's
at
right.
all. Yeah.
Okay.
Just be patient.
That's right. So for the purpose of today, we have a finished pounded yam that has been prepared ahead of time, and so we're gonna go ahead and
Yes.
see how delicious this looks.
I'd say from start to finish, this should take you about 20 minutes or less.
Did you hear that? 20 minutes.
Stir. You got your arm
stirring.
workout today.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see
But
it. It's thickening
otherwise,
up.
this
Look at
is what it looks like once
So
you
you're
have
going from
steam
this
cooked
texture
it. Yeah.
to
this.
a solid dough.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's steaming.
Looks so
Beautiful.
good.
Bouncy as well.
So if you need to
Perfect.
make this ahead of time, so what are the things you should recommend for people? Because from my awareness, you want to make sure that the food still, African food needs to taste fresh,
Yeah.
no matter what. So what are some things that people can do to keep it fresh and edible if it's not being enjoyed for a couple of hours?
Yeah, pounded yam is delicate, so I would say after a day, it's no good.
Okay.
It has to be cooked fresh. I'd say in today's world, we can use microwaves. It helps as well. So this slur that you have right here, put it in a microwave bowl, and then you have your pounded yam in less than 10 minutes. So in 5 minutes, you have it. You just have to keep stirring every now and then. And then, yeah, knead it.
Okay.
The technique for kneading in any container at all would be you are just holding onto it and holding onto your pan or pot with some support, and then just in this motion, as though you're rowing a boat.
Row your boats. Gently down.
Yeah, so in
Excellent.
that motion.
Hi, I'm Asha. I am the founder of Kula Foods. We make African, specifically East African and Caribbean cuisine, all plant-based. And so earlier we were in Ghana with Delali, and now we're speaking to East African food, specifically Kenyan sukuma wiki and ugali. With me today we have Sia and Delali from Dehls Gourmet cooking along. We're gonna make some delicious sukuma wiki and ugali.
Ooh, I just love that. It's like
Sukuma wiki.
Yay!
Sukuma wiki.
Sounds like some islandy
Yeah.
name.
Well, everything I feel
Totally
like,
fun.
Yeah,
Sukuma
West Africa I
wiki.
feel like it's harsh. Just like, I go see.
So when you think of Kenya, just think
hey.
light. Oh, that was
Watch
shots
it.
fired. I do
Watch
not. That I do not.
It's not you.
I do not agree.
It's like,
I'm gonna stay in my
not you. I know.
my peaceful side. So
One time fine.
yes, sukuma wiki is a signature dish. You go to most Kenyan people's homes, whether you're in Canada, in Kenya, wherever, you will see that as a staple. And oftentimes it could be collard greens. So like collard greens are the typical, right, in the English form, but sukuma refers to the collard greens.
Collard greens. Oh.
Yeah, we actually grew these. They grow really well in tropical places, but also in Vancouver year-round. So this is a dish that I grew up in. You know, I was born in Nairobi, Kenya, and I grew up in Isiolo. Isiolo is a small town, so we ate everything off land, and this is one of those dishes. And it has meaning. So we were saying how fun it is. Sukuma wiki actually refers to stretch the week. So in Swahili, it's the idea of stretching the week. So for many families, it is a way to, like, if you have, let's say, meat, you can add vegetables and it will stretch the week. So it could be collard greens, which is sukuma. It could be spinach. It could be cabbage. These are some of the ways that you can make it longer. But the other thing it actually means is also it's a staple as a poor man's food or a poor person's food. So it is one of those dishes that was a survival dish that is quite a staple. And for me as a kid, I disliked it because I ate it almost every single day, with variations, of course. But it's not my favorite. It is my favorite dish. And the moment I went off to college, I realized, oh, I don't have access to that because my mom's not going to make it. And it's one of the first things that I learned how to make. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's easy.
Okay.
Very fast. And you can,
Wait.
it's so flexible.
Where do you get collard greens from in Vancouver?
In
Like from the
Vancouver?
grocery store?
You can go to Whole Foods. Some of the
Foods,
Save
okay.
on Foods locations have them as well. You can also grow them. So this is from the
I
garden.
like the idea
Yeah.
of growing them.
Yeah, this is from the garden. It's really easy to grow and it's quite resilient. So in the winter, I noticed that the leaves are much bigger. In the summer, they will grow a bit smaller.
Okay, so let's get into
Let me
this.
tell you. So what you're gonna need, one of the key things I love about Kenyan cuisine is there's a lot of fresh ingredients, like many African dishes. But beyond that is the simplicity of what you can do. So if you don't have collard greens, you can use spinach and cabbage. You may have a slightly different taste, but it allows you to do that.
Okay.
So today we have collards. In this bowl I have collards, and we're gonna use spinach as well. So I love what spinach does. It actually kind of, because spinach wilts, it sort of like combines the collards to be even softer.
Okay.
So I personally like to mix those together. Collard greens are not as available in many groceries here, so you could just like tack on additional vegetables, and that's why we're doing that. We have some fresh tomatoes, got some habanero. You can use bird's eye chilies. You can use Scotch bonnet. It all depends on the heat level you want. Kenyan cuisine is all about balance of flavor. We love mixing spices like cardamom. We have peppers. We have curries as well, but they're not over the top heat, so it's that middle ground. So I've got one of our upcoming spice blend. Plug in. So this is our pili pili spice blend. Please smell it.
Yes, smell.
Yeah, one more.
Whoa.
This is uniqueness of the spices. You're smelling the cardamom in there.
Cardamom for sure. Yeah.
Cardamom in there. You've got some smokiness. You have some sweetness, some chili powders as well. There's no sodium in there, so you can really control how you're cooking. And for I love the way food functions. So we have mycelium from oyster mushrooms. So it also adds additional proteins and activates different nutrients like potassium as well. So the seasoning is a powerhouse. We have some black pepper for a top up. We have our Kula goat curry, greatest of all time curry in here that will be going in. I love sukuma wiki with protein, and so this is one. It's already pre-cooked that we have. Again, this is the one that we're going to use. You can use mushrooms. You can use beans if you prefer. I like the texture of meat in it. And then some tomatoes. Sorry, we've got some tomatoes, and I actually would like to add some of that red pepper blend that you in there. Yeah, we get that extra smoke in there. Olive oil is our choice of oil. Garlic, onion. And then ugali is like fufu. That's where
ugali right here?
That's the cornmeal. Oh. So yes, fufu is really comparable to ugali. Not many know ugali because fufu it's getting its moment right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll let you have your moment. Okay.
But what's so funny is fufu is just a generic name to describe the thing. Because the fufu can be in different ingredients,
I know,
but it's just the texture.
We're Kenyan, we want to hear ugali.
Yes.
I don't know fufu.
It's okay, you can get your moment here.
Ugali.
Everyone, right now.
Ugali
is having its moment.
Okay.
This is the moment for ugali.
I just said anything that is like a stick. Okay, have your moment.
So ugali is corn-based. Okay, so it's corn-based. You can have yellow corn, you can have white corn. I use white corn. And if you love Mexican food, corn is also a big thing. So it is actually quite accessible. You can go to a grocery store and get like a mesa corn meal, not the flour. And that's it. And then what we cook it with is a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt for your choice. And you could also forego that altogether. But that's what we're gonna do today. And so yeah, it's kind of like the texture is a little more dense, but it's very similar to fufu.
Right.
Yeah, I love both.
So you start off by chopping.
So I'm gonna talk to you about chopping, okay? People love to rush. African food, you don't rush. When it comes to preparation of vegetable, use all your including the stem. You know it.
I know, it's so true. I'm just laughing.
The first time I was introduced to collard greens. It was chunks, and I already know the moment I look at sukuma and someone has cooked it and it's like really big, I'm not gonna like it visually. So I recommend just chop it very fine, very, very fine. The reason why is every spice that you put in there, every vegetable and herbs that go in there, it's gonna be tasted. Take your time with those vegetables. Same with your spinach. So like when we look at what I prepped ahead because I know I was gonna take forever here, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna cook faster and it's gonna taste better. It will really marinate with the flavors a lot better than these big chunks. And the chunks, no offense, but for Kenyan food,
doesn't work with this recipe.
Not for this recipe.
So we're gonna heat up the oil.
So yeah, we're gonna get started. So we're going to start with the oil. You don't want to burn the oil, and olive oil burns, so just not too long, okay? So, and again, we're gonna talk to the ancestors. Listen to your ancestors when they tell you only use a certain amount, and you'll see it visibly. For those that like to know details, just want to make sure your pan has oil touched across. I'm literally half a minute I don't want to wait too long because coconut oil and olive oil burns.
Yeah.
So we want to move quickly. And this is how I test it. Okay, this is it. We just put our hand.
Don't do this at home. Try this.
We just know you have to practice.
The heat start low.
Yeah.
Start low. Right now we're at 3. I'm ready. I'm gonna let the onion and the garlic. If you want to add ginger, you can. You don't need it for this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and healthy amount of garlic, just like the Italians.
Love garlic.
We love a good garlic.
So good for you.
Yeah.
Like,
So we're gonna go ahead and put that in there, and I'm gonna allow that to cook together.
while you're
and then
cooking this, my question to
let
you
the oil heat up with it.
with that, my question to you is, how do you pass on these cultural foods to your kids? With those,
Yeah.
Get them in the kitchen.
Get them in the kitchen, right? Yeah.
That's the easiest way. Like, hey, it's dinner time. Well, here's your job. You're chopping. That's how actually we all learn, by being around food, right?
That's right. That's
We
right.
look like we're not listening. They look like they're not paying attention, but just the textures on their fingers, visually they're just around, they're smelling it, aromas. Go put the spatula in the sink or something, and your kid licks the spoon.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
that's not allowed.
it's not allowed, but I mean, it's just the
They're
little
tasting.
things that they
Yeah.
tasted, right?
Yeah, right.
The little ways to get
Definitely.
them to know how food looks like. Yeah.
Definitely.
I was licking the spoon when they
you
told
are.
me to go wash the pots.
so it's starting to.
Yeah, so it's gonna sizzle right now, and this is the starting point. Now I know that the oil is not necessarily gonna burn, but I need it to cook down. As you can see, I put a little bit, say kidogo, so just a little bit of oil at a time. And you're gonna have layering. In African food across the board, whether you're east, west, north, south, it's all about layers, and we use our intuition and vision to look and make those decisions instead of pouring in, dumping in, and then next thing you know, the end, you can't make any adjustments. So the idea of layering allows you to really have control of the final result, right? So yeah. And if you are, everyone talks about oil being heavily used. You don't have to use too much. You can choose the oil you prefer. And again, you can adjust accordingly. So not everyone can consume that, so you are able to adjust.
While you're making this, my question for you is the transition from non-vegan to vegan and incorporating that in your African cuisine. I find that some people may think that that's like so far. How do you do? Can you tell us how simple it actually is?
It really is simple. It's either of two things. You're substituting, or you're just removing. So for instance, the substitution is, for instance, using a plant-based protein. This is peas and mushrooms that's been, formalized into a protein. Or I just say, nope, I'm just gonna do vegetables. And traditionally, that's actually how it is. Like a lot of the way I grew up was mostly vegetarian. So because it was the most accessible, we didn't go out, meat was a luxury. It was not a thing that we ate often. And so when I made those adjustments into full plant-based diet, it was first a removal. I just removed, and then I started bringing in ingredients that I like as a substitute. I had to think about proteins. Fiber was already there, but protein and having enough calories was the big for me. Beans, peas, lentils. Those were the first, and that's because I was very comfortable with it. So it's not complicated, right? And protein is in everything as well. So it's another thing I learned that I didn't have to stress about. We just did with melon seeds. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna be my next obsession. We're not gonna waste, so we're gonna use some of that habanero from earlier with some tomatoes.
Okay.
So that's gonna go right in there. And I like to mix that.
So basically what I'm seeing here is unity of cross usage of foods. So
That's right.
West
Very similar.
And,
Very similar.
Very you can take your leftovers and you make an East African dish or North African dish.
You can stretch anywhere. You can stretch.
Stretch it. What is the word again? Sukami?
Sukuma wiki.
Sukuma wiki for stretching.
To stretch the week.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stretch this day by using what we already started with.
Yeah.
So we got the tomatoes. We want the tomatoes to blend in, and that the red pepper, like a nice smoked red pepper will go well in this dish as well. So I'm gonna add some of that in here at the same time.
But do we want to be clear that is that something people use sometimes or no?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
okay, perfect.
Sometimes
Okay,
it is
sweet.
tomato paste. Sometimes it's just the fresh tomatoes. And sometimes it's everything. So now we're gonna go ahead and the redness of this is gonna be quite beautiful with the greens as well.
And just to remind people that this was roasted red bell pepper that
Yes.
we then
Thank
blended in the blender. Did you put some oil in it? In the
No,
blender? No,
just
okay, so you just blend it.
blend
So it
it.
comes into like a tomato paste, right? Or
Yes.
a pasty type.
That's right. Lots of vegetables there. The more vegetables you can add into your dish, the better. So we're gonna just fry this mix of tomatoes.
This looks so
And you
delicious.
see visually, ancestors say, you know what, girl, just a little bit more olive oil.
There you go.
It's not gonna hurt this one, okay?
And just to let everyone know, you all have
all
ancestors,
flavor.
okay?
Everybody does.
Everyone has ancestors. You have to awaken this food side of them.
Don't
right?
listen to some of your ancestors, though. Some of your ancestors,
Don't have your best. Oh, wahala.
you know which ones to listen to. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna add. This is our pili pili spice blend,
Okay.
and a lot of that. There it is. So there's Shameless plug-in right now. This is an upcoming spice that we're coming out with. This is celebration
go.
of Kenyan blend. You put into stews. We're gonna add just a little bit. Because the pepper is in there, I don't want to overheat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just add a little bit.
So is this spicy?
It's like you can taste it. It's there's definitely some heat in there. You can cook with, and you can also drink in like teas and
Okay.
and beverages as well.
It's got a kick,
Yeah, it's got a kick.
nice kick in there.
Yeah,
I just want to say, the minute Asha dropped it in there,
it changed
the smell
Yeah.
changed instantly,
quickly,
quickly.
quickly.
Woo. Now, if you're someone at home who doesn't cook, but you want to show your partner or husband or
Easy
whoever,
peasy.
easy, just get this started. You don't have to cook anything. Order your food, get
That's
this, and the house will smell.
That's it. When I said spice,
Wife material.
Life material.
this is the cheat code.
Yeah,
It's the
right
spice.
here.
We said earlier, what is the one thing I would bring of African food? It's spice. This is a blend. This one blend. This is it.
wedding favors.
Yes,
Regist-
yes.
Add
Get
this
your.
to your wedding
You
registry.
don't know how to layer spices? It's already done for you. Then the powerhouse. This is the greatest of all time. It's the greatest of all time curry. We make plant-based meat alternatives. This is made with Canadian peas and mushrooms.
Yep.
And we want to make it easy to be able to incorporate proteins, but also flavor. And this is one of the ways you can do that. So we're gonna add our curry in here, the curry protein.
So Asha, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
I'm getting notes of Indian curries and flavors in here.
Yes. So Kenyan food has quite a fusion around the world, and specifically Indian food.
Okay.
The spices really have.
Yeah.
There's a long history, unfortunately, part of colonization with the British. Yes, we've been colonized multiple times, but the British really did the damage when, well, one of the things they did was bring people from different parts of the world, specifically those of Indian descent from India, to work on the Ugandan railroad, and part of that was brought into Kenya. And
It
so
came along with the
it
spices.
came with the spices, the richness, and that fusion of Indian cuisine is really seen, including foods like chapati, which are also known as paratha, in different regional Indian food. And so people do get confused when they see the types of ingredients like cardamom that comes up when
Right,
when we're introducing our foods. So it is quite a fusion. And I'm grateful for Indian food. I love the spices. I think there's a whole story to be told around how ingredients and spices follow, different communities, and they've been able to really infuse that into Kenyan food.
This was so quick.
That's
I
very
feel
quick.
like we
Imagine
were-
cooking meat from scratch. That would not be
We like to
this
suffer.
fast.
Soft life.
Soft life. This is soft life. Soft life.
Soft life, soft wife.
Soft life. Soft cooked vegetarian food. Vegan. I'm gonna just add a little water. Sorry.
Okay.
Your
I'm gonna add a
ancestors
little-
are telling you.
Just add a little water because you don't want it to be too thick just yet. The thing is, remember, I did add some of these spices, and the thing that the spice does is actually is a thickening agent as well
Okay.
because of the mycelium.
So
So
loosen
we
it
need
up.
to be cognizant of that, be aware of it, and you'll see that changes are going to occur. Normally, I would say use bigger pans because we have a lot more ingredients. But I'm just
a big family.
Yeah, we have a big family. So I'm gonna start with this is me moving along because we're gonna allow this to cook longer.
Okay.
Collard greens, I repeat, are not to be rushed. It should not be crunchy when you're done eating. Sukuma wiki should be almost wilted, kind of like spinach.
Okay.
And so we want to make sure it gets in there sooner than later.
So we put it in early as opposed to a
That's
goosey
right.
where we do
Yes,
it so late.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, with the agusi, the spinach cooks faster. Collard greens, sukuma, it takes a bit longer. So,
feel like
and it's gonna wilt.
In the continent, we love colors with our
Oh,
food, with
beautiful.
our clothes.
Look at us.
With everything. We're
Yeah.
just so colorful.
Right.
And
Very
I
colorful
love it.
people.
Because for me, if I don't see color on me, I'm like, what am I looking at? And is this going to taste good? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. So there's a nice, like you can see this brilliant green.
Okay, so
right.
now we cover.
We're gonna cover that. Yep, we're gonna cover and allow the the sukuma to cook down a little bit.
Sometimes like wet.
And now we move on to.
So now we have ugali. So we actually have a finished ugali here. It's nice and warm. It is covered. But this is, again, the simplicity of, I think being in manufacturing and seeing how food is produced, I've learned so much about how we complicate things. We really like to add more. But really, traditionally, when you look at many dishes around the world, it's quite simple, and it contains maybe 4 ingredients. And so for us, we have water. So you got water. You have ugali flour. So these are just milled, corn flour. And
So,
and then got some. You could choose to add a little oil, maybe some olive oil and some salt. And the salt actually allows you to boil your water.
so is it corn meal or is it ugali? Like if someone wants to go to the store and buy it.
Traditionally, look for ugali. And you go to an African shop. You can go to West African, East African shop. Caribbean, sometimes some Caribbean markets kind of cross over. If not, if you cannot find that, because I can see that being challenging, look for mesa or like corn meal. Not corn flour, but corn meal. If you get corn flour, you're gonna get a different kind of dough. Trust me,
bread.
I've been there, I got bread.
Good bread.
This is not it.
So
we have corn
what
flour.
I'm getting is from my little knowledge of
Yes.
meals,
Yes.
it's one is dehusked and
Yes.
one is not husked.
That's right.
So the husk on the corn kernel is removed, and so then you don't have the whole meal
Yeah.
in it, right? And then that gives you, I think, ugali.
It gives you
Yeah.
ugali.
And then kenke, like the difference would be it has the husk on it. So you got a
Okay.
meal on it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
banku
good.
and kenke,
You
they
see
have
that?
the meal on it.
So now
Travels.
with this though, earlier when we were making our fufu, we let the water boil. How can people make this? Is it,
Right.
do you let it boil?
You
or
want to let it, so again, advancement versus beginner. Beginner is you want your life to be very easy.
Yeah.
So it is 2 to 1. Oh, let's reduce that. Speaking of, don't lift that.
Don't lift it? Okay, so do not lift.
You don't want the steam hitting your face.
Oh, okay.
Safety
Yeah,
first.
Safety first. So I'm gonna just turn away from you, just to make sure nothing is burning.
That looks beautiful.
Oh, okay. Let's not
Amazing.
spill anything while doing that.
Ooh.
And so it is wilting, and that's what I want. I want the soup. We call it soup. Okay, we call this soup in Kenya, not stew, but we know it's stew, but it's soup. So it's kind of around it, and then we have the sukuma, the collard greens, wilting. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this again and put the. It is gonna be steamed, so you always want to take the lid away from you, lifting up and down, and not.
Yeah, perfect.
If you're a beginner, have warm or hot water. Don't have your stove running, and just basically have. So we don't have the induction on right now. You want to just add. I'm using my eyes because I've been doing this for over 20 years, but it's basically about 2 to 1 ratio. And again, if you want it to be softer, you could do 3 to 1, just like fufu. But it's typically
two
2
parts
to
of
1.
the flour to one part.
That's right.
Of one part of the flour to 2 parts
to 2.
of water.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
And are you mixing it while you're doing that, or are we just...
Traditional advanced person who has been doing this for a while.
This is grandma recipe.
You're
right
cooking.
there.
You're cooking as you go. So earlier on I had made ugali. This is like the finished product of it.
Okay.
You want the water to like have it on low, and you're just stirring. You're gonna stir like porridge. This is the beginning of porridge. We have corn porridge as well. Whether you're having Jamaican porridge, even in East Africa we have porridge using different. It could be millet, it could be corn. So just imagining that with cold water right now, nothing is gonna happen. Okay.
Right.
But the heat allows while you're stirring the heat, it actually allows it to steam and it will thicken up. And just like fufu, you've got to be patient and don't over add too much flour, because what happens is you'll see it on the end, it's going to be very hard.
When it cools down, right?
Yeah, you'll get judged if you go to a Kenyan person's house and the ugali is like falling apart, it's crumbled. Oh my goodness, we know what happened. Someone rushed in the kitchen, Someone rushed.
There goes the aunties and the
aunties.
grandmas.
Everyone's talking. Oh, did you try?
Should people be afraid of lumps? Because I know that. What if?
Don't be too scared. It's gonna happen with corn. It's gonna lump a little more. The heat when you are let's say you're just starting. You're gonna put some of that cornmeal. You're gonna put the water is warm, not cold, and just stir it so that you kind of get rid of the lumps, and then turn on the heat. When you turn on the heat, now you've already kind of skipped ahead, and you get caught up, and you're gonna go ahead and cook them.
So it needs a lot of attention.
It needs a lot of attention. You do not walk away unless you've really turned it off or it's in a very low. So right now it's.
We need a lot of attention and love
and tender care. You don't walk away, because if you walk away,
it's wahala.
if you walk away,
Delali is thinking all the things.
No, but seriously, it's important. So because you don't want to burn it.
Yeah.
The thing with ugali, because it's corn, it will burn, especially if you have it too high. So and it's gonna cook fast. One of the modern appearance of the corn here is it's actually pre-cooked. So you're gonna cook this within 10 minutes. It's very fast.
It cooks fast.
Yeah, it cooks really, really fast. So we're gonna go back to our main star here. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up shortly.
Wow.
Tell me that is ready.
Listen, almost ready.
I'm gonna pass this to you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm gonna definitely finish it off with the spinach. But we know it is looking good. You see, for me, if I'm needing more, I can also layer the sukuma. I would add even more. Personally, for me, I would add more, but we're gonna do the spinach because the spinach is gonna cook faster. Because sometimes you do have to get going.
Yeah.
So when you find yourself, and here's what I'm doing. Okay. This is how I control the amount of oil that goes in. Just added the spinach in here. We really needed to get that extra green in here. If you have more time, you can add collard greens because, again, as you can see, it's browning a little bit. And that's just showing that it's really closer to having it ready. While in the same time, the spinach being folded in, that spinach folding in really attaches into the collards.
Next thing is we're going to try some of this food. Yes. And we're going to sit at the table and eat. Okay, so now I think this is the best part of the part we've been waiting for, is to eat the meals.
Absolutely.
But one thing we do have to say is that in the continent, a lot of meals are eaten with our hands.
Yes.
And these specific, very hand-friendly. So we always wash our hands, okay? So ladies, here we go. One thing about us is we're a clean group of people back home.
Very much so.
Very much so. The amount of times we wash hands, is just part of our culture.
Because we're doing everything with your hands, right?
Yes. You are doing everything with your hands before utensils came, right?
You wanna go next?
Thank you.
All right.
I feel like this is the Lord's.
These hands have been washed already, just FYI. They're just double
washing.
Double washing.
For
No more water.
demonstration purposes.
Oh, no soap.
There you go. Perfect. Excellent.
Awesome. I'll rinse my hand. I'll just rinse it. No soap. I had a lot of soap.
Good.
I had soap a bit earlier, so we're just gonna use water. Yeah.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Perfect. So we'll just move this out of the way.
So in your home, just go and wash your hands.
Yeah, if
In
you're
the
in
sink?
yes, you can do that. Or if you have soft life, have someone bring this to you and then they'll take it away. Okay, let's dive in.
All right.
Let's go.
Right.
This looks so delicious.
Really good.
So we'll start with the agushi. So we can say agushi for in Ghana.
Agushi.
Agushi, sorry, agushi, not Gucci.
Or actually, it's called, Ghanaians will call it, that's what we know it as palava sauce.
Palava sauce.
Palava
sauce.
sauce. Yeah,
So
I think
in
it's a
Sierra
borrowed
Leone,
name.
Palava means trouble.
Oh,
Yeah, so this one is
I
not
dish for you.
palava. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Thank you for dishing.
no, absolutely.
Let's do this.
Thank you. Oh, okay,
reach.
thank you so
I know
much.
the crew is like, leave some for us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do this. And
No, we can have some more mine. We can share it some more.
and tea. No, you see, in my culture, you don't take food off the plate.
So this is not.
Why? You just add
Once
on,
you
you don't
give,
take off?
yeah, you don't take off.
Oh.
But we'll get some on here. No problem.
Jesus, help
Get
me
you some.
here. Oh, yeah.
All right, Delali, let me get some of that to you.
Oh, my goodness. The aroma.
So tell me about Ghanaian food. Do you put everything on one plate? In Kenya, we do. We typically like to have a medley of all the options.
Right. Some items can be on the side.
Okay.
But I think generally like the soups and the fufus or
Yes.
banku, they all go in the same bowl.
Okay.
And then you just
Okay.
dip in and dab in,
Yes.
scooping and mopping
Okay.
with those flavors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Sierra Leone as well too. We put everything on the plate. It's a very like party with that.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Do you want more?
Oh no, I will start off right here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. No, this is good. Yeah. Thank you. Got it here.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Blessings to this meal.
Yes.
Amen.
Here we go.
So, now ugali, just like fufu, this is the utensil.
Oh.
So instead of forks and spoons, we essentially just pick up with the food. And the goal is not to have your whole hand covered. It's just the tip of your fingers.
I'm trying to. Oh my god. The garlic texture. Oh heck. I'm trying some more.
Flavorful. Very flavorful.
The texture is.
I know.
There's a crunch. in the
Yes.
collard
Yeah,
greens,
in the collard greens.
right?
and yet it's so tender and delicious. Like it mopped up the sauce, the soup flavors, right?
Very nice. Oh, this is so good. Again, the texture with
We'll try the
fufu.
pounded yam with the.
That's one I think that will be really nice
Yeah.
together.
And it's just light. You know, you expect it. It's not heavy, right? And it's a burst of flavors in your mouth.
Yes. Oh, this is so good together.
The fufu works with the.
Yeah.
The fufu with the
I'm trying some of this.
You guys, you gotta get in this.
Our crew's the best.
It's so good.
Water for us.
I think Dehls Gourmet, we're gonna have this on the menu.
This
now.
one needs to be
Yeah.
on the menu.
Yeah, it has to be.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Asha.
This is
Thank you.
Like, as a meat lover, I'm not feeling like I'm missing out on anything here.
yeah. Nah.
It's fufu. God.
I'm licking my fingers. This is.
The melon seeds. This is definitely something
See, I'm not even
Thank you so
touching my
much.
melon seeds.
Oh, thank you. Our crew's the best.
You guys,
Thank you
you gotta
so
get
much.
into this. I know it's not
You
easy.
guys, we've left service.
That pili pili seasoning.
Yeah.
It's just top
Cheat
notch
code.
with it,
Cheat
right?
codes. I say every woman should get it. It's just
Literally a cheat code.
Oh my
Just
gosh,
look
this is
how
literally
it just falls. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
all I
I
needed today.
like the crunch in the color.
I am obsessed with this. Never had a goosey.
first time.
This is my first time too. Never had it. No, first time. See, I've not even touched it.
But you've never had a goosey?
No, I have, but this the collard green.
yeah, the collard
sakuma,
green.
the
That's like
sakuma.
mine.
No, never.
Well, it looks like we have a first for
First for
everything.
both, yeah.
East meets West. Yeah.
Wow.
This is really good.
I mean,
There's no how.
I'll do some of that fufu.
I don't even know how to describe
The
it. It's
fufu works so well
Yeah,
with it.
it really does. I find like, because there's a really strong flavor from the meat, the fufu goes really well.
Right.
Really,
It's
really goes
bland
well.
and
Yeah,
tasteless.
yeah. It really like soaks up because there's a lot of seasoning in here.
This is really nice.
This is why we fall asleep the minute we're done eating, because this is not a. You can't be a small man and eat this.
You get it?
You know.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
So apparently ugali, a lot of runners, Kenyan runners, this is what they train on. They eat ugali.
Really?
more. Yeah.
Don't give away the secrets now. We need the Kenyans to keep
It's
winning.
out there. Yeah. I still win.
Yeah, it's so.
I still win. This is it's deeper than that, but the ugali is the thing that they will eat with.
And it feels so light.
It's so light. Both of them,
Yeah.
it's so light.
Yeah.
The fufu's, I'm gonna make that fufu at home. Or I'm gonna come here and eat it. I'm gonna come here.
This is what finger licking good is.
Wow. The way I'm controlling myself because we have some hungry people here.
I think they'll be fine.
Oh, no, that'll be torture. Imagine, oh, you want to taste?
Victor, you'd be fine, right? This is not your kind of thing, is it?
You don't like Ghanaian food?
Honestly, this has been a blessing. I find such beauty bringing together people from different places, and I feel people don't realize how big the continent is. As we've seen here, East hasn't tried certain food from West, West
Right.
hasn't tried certain food from East.
That's right.
And I find that just more of that is needed. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to have my sisters here
Yeah.
to do this, to showcase that you can make this at home, and that it doesn't just have to be hot dogs every single day, right? You know
What
what
hot
I
dog?
mean? This vegan or not, right? So all that, and I just love that. If anyone is wanting to purchase or say, you know what, where do we get the seasonings? Caribbean stores, African specialty stores. We're out there.
That's
you
right.
can get these seasonings there. That we've worked on importing these here. Also, like right here, Kula. You want to get these seasonings? Website, right?
That's right.
People
And
can
then
go online.
brought it
grab it.
closer to like London drugs. Whole
Yeah,
You can
right?
go to
So
Whole
you
Foods,
don't
you
have
can
to
go
travel
to some
too far.
groceries near you. For
You
sure.
don't have to travel.
You can come to the restaurant. You can go to Dehls Gourmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
then
know,
that's
on the
another thing.
websites as well.
Having Dehls Gourmet right here in New Westminster. It's not that far to come and check it out. So
Yeah.
there's no excuse for trying new flavors, for venturing out. You make mistakes, you learn from it, but at the end of the day, we really want you to tell us what you think once you make these dishes. And if you ever want the recipe or you're wondering, hey, where can I get this? Please do email us, What's Canada Eating with Sia @gmail.com, and we will forward you the recipes and links to where you can find this.
Yeah.
So for now, this has been great. Thank you, my
Wonderful.
sister.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
cooking with us. It's been
Thank you for
amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.